sprezzatura, but yeah, I'm a little old-fashioned. So the chukka boot, here we go. These are more formal with the pointed tips. If you want to go more upscale, I recommend Lokes of England. They have the Pimlico, which is about, I think about
Look, I'd rather choke.
And then of course if you want.
Ah, Birkenstocks. Now that is class. Dope indeed.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Now today we're not going to be looking at the world of horology, as is normal. Today we're going to be touching on a more sartorial topic. Now I've done things like this in the past, so it's not quite outside the scope of this channel, so I hope you enjoy it. But before we get into the topic of today's video, I'll just do a quick wristwatch check, and we're wearing the Tissot Visodate today. So back to today's topic. Today I will be illustrating the procedure that I go through when I get a new pair of shoes in order to get it ready to wear, as it were. Now today I've got these lovely Birkenstock clogs, an excellent example of German craftsmanship. And we'll be going through the process today of giving them a nice polish so they're ready to face the elements. I'm going to be using a cream to start out with, and then following it up with a wax to give it a nice, maybe not mirror, but close to a mirror shine. Now let's just change perspectives, and I'll go through the various utensils, accoutrements, and materials required for this process. Alright, so let's just go over what we'll need in order to get these into a nice state ready for walking outside. So first and foremost, you're going to need a polish. So I've got a cream polish here. This is from Money's Worth and Best, a Canadian company I believe, but it is manufactured in Germany. And then secondly, we're going to need a wax polish. And today I've basically got the prime wax polish. This is called Saphir, made in France. And this really is pure class, I have to say. Now you can use kiwi, but the class of kiwi is a little bit more adulterated. So I'd definitely stick with the Saphir if you can manage it. Okay, so next you're just going to need a bit of a cloth to apply the polish. Pretty straightforward. Then you're going to need a polishing cloth for at the end of the process, just buffing it to a nice shine. Horsehair brush, always essential. A bit of a Suntory Japanese whiskey. This is used instead of spit to give it a nice mirror gloss at the end of the process. I learned this on a YouTube video. I'll stick with that. It tastes a little bit better than spit, I have to say. And then, of course, I've got my associate here, Percival Christopher Wren II, just to give me a little bit of moral support. I believe that's it, except for just this old cloth. It's actually an old bath mat that I've got to just keep the surface nice and clean. Now, I'm doing this on my nice mahogany coffee table. Now, some of my peers in the YouTube community, they kind of stick with furniture from whatever that company is, Ikea or something. You know, that Swiss company where it's like you put it together yourself. It's just, I don't really know. I'm not really into those kind of plebeian things. But if you do have something worth protecting, do indeed protect it. All right, so let's get into the polishing. All right, so first step, just get the rag around your finger so we can apply the cream. I'm also just going to unbuckle these buckles so we can get in there nice and easily. Let's do that. Maybe I'll pull out the strap as well on both of the shoes. Okay, we'll start on the right one. Just a little dab there like that. And just rub it in, let it absorb nicely. This gives a nice conditioning to the leather, prevents it from cracking. Apply a little more and just cover the whole thing. Make sure you get down near the sole area. Rub it in well. All right, so I'm just going to finish this part at my leisure, and I'll return in for you a matter of seconds to move on to the next step. Okay, so it looks like we're just about done there. So I've gotten the cream into every little nook and crevice, under here, underneath the buckle, around this rivet here. So, not sure if you can see much difference just yet, but I will the one on the right is the one to which I have applied the cream. A little bit more of a deeper, richer color and a bit more of a sheen. Okay, so at this stage, we're just going to take the horsehair brush, just give it a nice buff there. This will help bring out the shine and will help move the cream into any little nooks and crannies that I may have missed with the rag. Make sure you get under the strap there. Make sure you get the strap itself. All right. So I'm sure you can see a bit of a difference already. A nice rich glow there. Once again, I'll put it beside the untreated example there. Okay, we'll just put the untreated one over there. Now we're going to get into the wax polish here. So again, I'll just wrap my finger in this rag. Now this is a linen cotton blend. I cut up a pair of my old pants, but anything should do. I prefer natural fibers. So here is the wax. As you can see, it's a bit of a harder consistency than the cream. So just rub a little bit onto the end here of your finger, wrapped in cloth. And then I usually start at the toe. Just do small circular rubations. Concentrate, of course, on the toe, which is where you want the most gloss to be. It's less prone to flexing at that area, so you won't have to worry about any cracking. So focus on the toe, applying the wax, and then you can just kind of lightly apply the wax to the rest of the shoe. I personally like that look, more of a shine on the toe and then more of a sheen on the rest. sure you get all sides. Now, a lot of the wax after you've applied it to the toe has impregnated into the a piece of cloth here around my finger, so you can just drag that around. It will apply a small amount of wax to the rest of the surfaces, but not too much. It looks lovely. All right, so that is the first application of the wax. Now we're going to do quite a few layers. Now you can take some wax here for subsequent layers and just add a little bit more and just kind of, again, focusing on the toe, just kind of feather it out in these round circular rubations. Apologies if this is not in frame at all times. My camera's viewfinder is out of eyesight, so apologies for that. So a few more rubations for coat number 2. Get around the sole here. It's beautiful. All right, so the best part, just take a swig of this. Swish it around your mouth a bit, and then apply with your lips. Just kind of a fine mist onto the toe. Now this just helps smooth out everything to give a nice even flat surface for the subsequent layers to go onto nicely. And again, just focusing on the toe. That whiskey is quite exquisite, I must say. You can sometimes, I believe the person that I saw do this, some Japanese fellow, he would, dip his rag in the whiskey, but I prefer to apply it with my lips. That way you get to enjoy the whiskey as well as get the benefits on your footwear. And I feel that it gives more of an even spray when you're doing it. If you're just dabbing whiskey on there, it'll be uneven. I like the nice spray atomization that occurs when you use the lips. Okay, so that's nice. Let's add another layer right on top. Just lightly touch, don't push too hard, just with a light touch. Spread it around. Spread it around. All over, focusing on the toe. It's beautiful. Okay, I'll just pause to again show the progress compared to the untreated example there. Can you see that well? Maybe we'll do it like this. How's that look? Okay, so I believe that was the third layer on there. Just going to take another swig of whiskey. Just project it onto the toe. You see that? Just a thin spray of whiskey on the toe. I believe the reason for using the whiskey also, rather than the flavor, that imparts to the toe of your footwear is that the natural alcohol is actually a solvent of sorts, so it will help, I guess if there's dry wax on here, it will help to kind of, you know, dissolve that a bit, help it move around, penetrate the pits, the crannies, the nooks of the leather for full penetration and protection of your footwear. Absolutely beautiful. I believe that was number 4. Again, let's put a bit more wax on there. Or is this layer number 4? Yes, I believe this is layer number 4, so a bit more wax. Now the first treating of your footwear is going to take quite a few more layers than subsequent polishings. Like, say, if you want to do this every week, sometimes wearing them out, they'll get scuffed. You may want to touch it up. You won't need to do this many layers each time. It's primarily for the first application, or maybe yearly after that, to give it a really nice shine if it's lost it over the months. You know, weather, dust, debris will take its toll on your footwear. There we go, beautiful. I think we'll do one more application of the whiskey. Quite nice. And this really is kind of a therapeutic thing to do. It helps you relax. Lovely thing to do on a nice Sunday afternoon, as it is today. I'm happy to share this with you, my loyal subscribers. Quite nice. I think we'll do one more layer of wax and then take stock of where we are. Make sure you get the strap. Just a thin bit of wax is all you need on the strap. Gorgeous. Okay, gonna cap that up. All right, so we've got our wax on there. I'd probably put on a few more layers, but just for the sake of brevity, we'll stop there for the wax application. Again, using the horsehair brush, just gonna go over. And just like for the cream polish, this helps to spread it out a little bit more. The friction kind of warms up the polish, gets it moving, gets it melting, moving into the crevices, moving into the crannies, moving into the nooks, moving into the pores, I suppose would be most apt. Just vigorously and yet gently, with a gentle touch. Do that. All right. So, again, let's compare these. Can you see that difference there? How does that look? Rich, beautiful, deep, aesthetically pleasing, and these are going to patina exquisitely over time. So the original, I'll give a before and after of both pieces of footwear at the end of the video. when they're all finished. All right, so at this stage, like I say, I probably would have put on a few more layers of wax. I'll do that after and then show you the final product at the end. But here's the final stage that you would do after you've applied all your layers of wax. Go with your polishing cloth. I've had this for a long time. It's kind of impregnated nicely with the oils of subsequent or previous polishings, I should say. Just go around lightly but vigorously, giving it a nice shine. Beautiful. How does that look? Elegant, exquisite, and a world of difference from the untreated example here. Looks dull, lifeless in comparison. Beautiful shoe, but we've really taken it to the next level here. All right, let's change respectives and we'll go to the outro. Oh, I forgot to snap. All right, so there you have it. A nice quick tutorial on how to care for your shoes, give them a nice initial polish in order to get them ready to wear. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll overlay some footage of the final before and after. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Tumblr, Tinder, and whatever social medium you prefer. I'm probably on there, Dinesh Mandrakes. Okay, ciao.